Hey there, everybody, and welcome to Fearless Thinking, a podcast designed to help you navigate authentic leadership and the entrepreneurial journey. I'm your host, Michael DeVue, and these are my thoughts, lessons, and insights from my entrepreneurial journey into coaching, workshops, motivational speaking, and of course, what I picked up from interviews with inspiring leaders and entrepreneurs along the way. My mission is to help people unlock their untapped potential by using fear as a catalyst for powerful change and growth so they can step into the greatest version of their most authentic selves. All right, let's get into some fearless thinking. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Fearless Thinking. This week's episodes, this month's episodes, I believe, we're talking about authenticity, the power of authenticity and being you, being the real you. Today, we're diving deep into a concept crucial for today's success in the world, and that is authenticity. Imagine it as a superpower, right? The ability to be your true self and bring your values both in your professional and your personal life. So, buckle up while we explore authenticity and how it empowers you to lead effectively, mentor meaningfully, build thriving businesses, and connect with your audience in a genuine way. Now, authenticity, the authenticity advantage. In a world saturated with curated online personas and carefully crafted marketing messages, authenticity can be a breath of fresh air. Leaders who are transparent, and mentors who offer honest feedback, even coaches who offer honest feedback. I have a good set of coaches who I work with. I love getting their honest feedback. That to me is authentic, right? And even brands, right, that stand behind meaningful values. These are the ones that resonate and build trust. So, let's take a look at some key elements of leading with authenticity. One, self-awareness is key. Start with an understanding of your strengths, your weaknesses, and your values. One of the things I think is fascinating about that, when I did an episode with Jay from Hike the Mountain, we were talking about understanding our weaknesses. In fact, I think what makes really good leaders is they know their weaknesses first and they build teams around that, right? They're open and honest about what their weaknesses are and where they need to fill in or backfill in those gaps in their leadership or their operations or wherever. They have a really good understanding of what that looks like for them. And they know where to step out and put someone else in that role, right? So that they can do a good job in that space. This kind of self-knowledge allows you to lead with integrity, actually, and inspire your team. I remember one of the things that when I was leading a team, this is back in my F&B days when I was managing events for the country club, and I had an incredible team. I was very proud of my team, and one of the things I remember one afternoon they came to me and they were like, "Why do you always tell us?" About where your weaknesses are. And I said, because if I let you know that I've got this gap in my strength area and I'm like, I need help in this particular area, you guys are more ready and willing to step up and go, hey, you know what? I can do that. I'm really good at it. It makes them more willing to admit where their strengths are. If you have the ability to say, hey, you know what? This isn't one of my biggest strengths. Who among you can step up and step into this role and help us all succeed as a team, right? Number two, embrace vulnerability. Hello, Brene Brown, and everybody who loves vulnerability is a new space. I think that we're all beginning to sort of like dip our toes into. I think it started in 2022, 21, 22, and now we're fully sort of like, how do we get vulnerable, right? How do we get real? And I think vulnerability can be a lot of different things. It's not about crying on your pillow next to somebody. I mean, that is a version of it, of course. But in terms of business and leadership and effective entrepreneurial journeys, um, I think vulnerability is about not only understanding those weaknesses from self-awareness, but also understanding your human side, right? Not being afraid to show it and sort of be a little goofy, a little bit awkward, a little bit comfortable with people, right? Leaders who share their struggles actually connect with their teams on a deeper level. So, like sharing stories of your struggles, sharing stories about what was challenging or difficult for you getting to this place. I think it's good to have a story time. When I was, working with my team, I told stories all the time about where I came from and how I got here. Um, I don't know. I just find them interesting. I think that if you look at your life as a series of stories along that road, that fearless road, as we get here, um, this is one of the ways that I became a fearless thinker. I just thought these experiences were fun to share, and it was interesting. The more I shared them, the more I discovered how they impacted other people, and that there were lessons, additional lessons and insights to be gleaned from those experiences that other people could share with me when I embraced my own vulnerability. Third, empowerment over micromanagement. Okay, so everybody hates a micromanager. Nobody likes to be have someone standing over them, constantly watching their work and constantly telling them what to do. That isn't good management, and it isn't productive, and it certainly isn't helpful. So it's up to us to create an environment where employees can feel valued, by encouraging them to not only contribute their own unique perspectives to foster innovation, but also provide them the space to fail. I mean, let's be honest. We need to provide them with the space that says, hey, you know what? You can fail and you're not going to get fired, right? We don't want you to screw up the entire project. We don't want you to offend or destroy the opportunity for the client. That's different. But I think we need to create space for failure because that's where learning happens. And if you can help teach and show your people how failure is a component to their growth while simultaneously offering them a very different perspective on what it looks like, guiding them away from big failures and towards more innovative successes, then I think you can create an environment where they don't feel so terrified to make a mistake and they're holding back some of their greatest productivity and ideas from you because they're afraid if they do and they fail and they trip up that they're A, going to look bad, B, they're going to get fired, or C, they're going to get, unsatisfactory on their quarterly report. Nobody wants that. All right, let's talk about being an authentic mentor. Now, when you step out from leadership and you put leadership into action and you start working one on one with somebody, that is mentoring. I love mentoring. In fact, I kind of stumbled into being a mentor myself a few times. I didn't realize that's what I was doing. Man, I loved it. I loved being able to impart my knowledge and experience and help somebody see their way through a certain phase in their productivity in their professional life. I was very excited about that. So, one is lead by example. We talked about this in the last episode. Your own authenticity usually sets the tone for a great mentor relationship, and you need to be genuine in your interest in your mentee's growth. And what does that look like? Being genuine in their growth. I think once you establish a relationship as a mentor, to be authentic, you really have to care about what they think, and you have to ask them who they are, where they are, and how they are, and genuinely care and be interested. Uh, Second is honest feedback. This is a gift. Do not shy away from difficult conversations. In fact, start it out with your mentee, knowing that you're going to have conversations that are difficult. This is the space for that kind of stuff. This is where real growth happens because in that safe space of having hard conversations, you can open up, be vulnerable, and offer real information that creates impactful change, right? Not hiding stuff from yourself and others, but actually sharing the real stuff. Always offer constructive criticism that actually helps them and develops them, and do it with compassion and honesty. Another one is active listening. This is crucial. As an actor, a former actor and performer, this is what we learned. We learned when we're on stage to be an active listener. What makes an incredible actor is that when you see them, they are listening intently and actively to the other people on stage or on the theater screen or in that scene because they're genuinely interested in what that person has to say. That's how you move it forward, right? You have to be present and aware and listen attentively to your mentee's concerns and aspirations. When you do, this creates a safe space for an open and honest dialogue and communication. Okay, authentic entrepreneurship. Now, this is like when we take it to the next level. We're building businesses, we're building careers, we're hiring people. We're taking our concepts out into the world, but we want to have an authentic entrepreneurial journey, right? So, a couple of things here: purpose before profit. right? Let your passion guide your business decisions, right? Don't overthink things and build a company driven by missions and values you actually believe in. 2, ethical practices, build trust, conduct your business with integrity and fairness. Define that up front, define that every day, and make sure you're doing it regularly. Transparent operations and responsible practices, these foster long term success. Be real with your customers and please don't mislead your audience, right? Promote your products and services authentically and avoid deceptive marketing tactics. It can be so easy to fall into those, especially today with all of the efforts on around social media and what have you, right? Always look for that. And then crafting your brand, right? How do you do it? Through authentic communication. This takes your mission and your message and brings it to the market, right? Crafting your brand voice, developing a message that actually reflects your brand's true personalities and your values. So ditch the generic jargon and actually connect with your audience in a genuine way. And by the way, if you're doing your work, if you're really doing your hard work up front and you're finding that authentic voice and you're doing something you're passionate about and you're delivering a service or a good that you are really behind, finding that brand message shouldn't be hard for you. Build trust through transparency. Like we said, be open and honest with all your communications. Transparency always fosters a deeper connection with your audience. And yep, social media. Okay, let's get there. Real connections. How do you have these on social media? It's almost not impossible, but it's a big challenge in those engagements. So do your best to embrace your own brand's personality on social media platforms. Do what you can, where you can, while you can, right? Don't overcommit to too many places and be genuine with it. Respond to questions and comments authentically and try to avoid creating that perfectly curated facade with those pat responses. Nobody likes those. Nobody believes those. And you know what? We've come too far. We don't buy it. So to wrap it up, why authenticity matters today, whether you're an entrepreneurial leader, a mentor, or you're doing it in marketing. Standing out from the crowd, authenticity sets us apart in a world saturated with inauthenticity. I mean, my God, it's everywhere and everybody's doing it. But if you're really not being yourself, you're kind of disconnected. And if you're disconnected, it's hard to actually, well, have a connection and build business, right? So standing out from the crowd and being authentic allows you to connect with your audience, like we said, on a deeper level, and that's real and valuable, and that's true. So building long-term relationships, you're not in this to get the the quick sale. You're in this to build relationships. That's what authenticity does for you, right? People crave actual connections and they want to believe in brands with leaders they can trust. Authenticity fosters this trust and this loyalty, leading to long-term success. So be in it for the long haul, not the short win. And the power of vulnerability. We're back to vulnerability again, right? Sharing your struggles and your imperfections and your trip ups along the way can actually make you more relatable, and it can inspire others to do the same. It shows that you're human and that you can make a powerful connection with your audience. So don't be afraid. All right. That's it for today, man. By embracing your authenticity, you unlock your leadership potential. Don't hide from it. Create meaningful mentorship opportunities and relationships and build successful business practices and develop genuine connections with your audience. Authenticity, man. Authenticity and vulnerability. Boom, boom, boom. Key things to learn, key things to do. Powerful, powerful superpowers. If you've got them in your back pocket, they can make a big difference in the success of your journey. Remember, authenticity is a journey. Finding it is a journey for all of us. It's not a destination. So until then, stay true to yourself, your values, and keep evolving. The world needs your unique voice. This is Michael DeVue for Fearless Thinking. Have an incredible week. All right. See you later. Bye.